Like and subscribe to our channel Roam and Go, and welcome to today's episode. Today we cover the myths and legends of Mani Mahesh Kailash Peak, which is also known as Chamba Kailash because of the pyramidal shape resembling the Kailash Mansarovar. A religious spot located in Himachal Pradesh, also known as the Dev Bhumi. The Mani Mahesh peak is 18,547 feet high, and it is believed to be the abode of Lord Shiva, one of the major pilgrimage sites in the Himachal Pradesh. And it is believed that Lord Shiva created Mani Mahesh after he married goddess Parvati, who is worshipped as Mata Girja. A local myth even goes that Lord Shiva is residing in Mani Mahesh Kailash because there is a rock formation in the form of a shivling on this mountain, which is considered the manifestation of the Lord Himself. The mountain stands overlooking the Mani Mahesh lake, and its reflection is seen in the clear waters. The Gaddis believe that Shiva resides here for 6 months, and after that, he moves to the netherworld, which is the Patal Lok, handing over the charge to Lord Vishnu. And it is said that the Lord lives here from the start of spring season to the end of the rainy season, departing sometime in August. This day is observed by the Gaddis every year. One more legend goes that Lord Krishna and Radha visited Lord Shiva, and he was so pleased that he granted this boon that anyone who bathes in the Mani Mahesh lake on the Janmashtami and the Radha Ashtami, all their wishes will be granted. So, in the month of Bhado, the Mani Mahesh Yatra opens on the day of Janmashtami and is continued until Radha Ashtami. Lord Shiva returns to the Mani Mahesh at the end of February, the night before his wedding, and this day is the Mahashivratri. It is located in the Bharmor subdivision of Chamba district in the Indian state of Himachal Pradesh, like I have mentioned. And Bharmor is important because it also happens to be the old capital of Chamba state. A treacherous trek, yes, not very easy to undertake, but once you reach there, once you reach the Mani Mahesh lake, the site is something to just make the time, and everything comes to a halt, I would say, not just time. Okay, so this is the snow field at the base of the mountain, and by local people, this is called as Shiva's Chogan, means Lord Shiva's playfield. The trek, what we undertake now, is seen lot of improvements over the years. Earlier, it was very tough, and the people used to crawl to get across. And since they used to crawl like a monkey in this stretch, a part of this stretch was also known as the Bandar Ghati. That's the Monkey Valley, aptly named. Um, Lord Shiva, Goddess Parvati, Lord Krishna, Radha, Lord Vishnu, everybody has some kind of a myth and a story attached in this region. This is the Gaurikund. It was believed that Goddess Parvati underwent all her prayers and penance at this place to achieve the love of Lord Shiva, and only women are allowed to bathe here. It's considered to be a very, very sacred spot, a very sacred place rather, to take a bath. But somehow devotees carrying Ganga Jal are not allowed near the Gaurikund. And how to get there? Well, like I told you, it is in the Bharmor subdivision of Chamba, and you can easily drive down up to a certain point. After that, there is a trek of approximately, I think, 15 kilometers or something like that. And you have to make certain preparations because the trek is not a very kind one. Well, you reach up to a point called as Hadsar, and then this is the base camp. Actually, from here there are two trekking routes. Actually, the one is from Hadsar, which is commonly taken by the pilgrims and the trekkers, and the other one is through Holi. But usually people take the Hadsar trek. And Hadsar comes from two words. Had means bones and Sar means on the stream. And why this name? Because it is believed that in olden days the pilgrims who died during the yatra, they were cremated and their bones were immersed in the rivers in this region. So everything, every few, I would say, steps and every stop has some kind of a legend uh, and a myth. This is what we are here to explore today. Not the actual yatra itself, but the different stories and myths and legends. Right. Now, then we reach, this is Dhansho. The river itself is formed by several streams which rises from different faces of the Mani Mahesh Kailash mountain, and all these constitute the Dhansho Nala. This is a waterfall which is named after the shepherds. The word Dhan means a herd of sheep, and the word Sho means waterfall. One more legend is attached to it about Ravana. Actually, when he gathered too much power from Lord Shiva, he was courageous enough and foolish enough, I would say, to expel Kuber, who is the lord of wealth, from his territory. And Kuber was a devotee of Shiva too, and he came to him seeking for help. Lord Shiva granted him shelter at Dhansho, it is said. One more legend. There was a demon called as Bhasmasur who worshipped the Lord Shiva and got powers that, he could turn anything to ash by just his touch. And he went a little overboard with his powers and wanted to kill Lord Shiva himself. But the Lord escaped and hid behind the heavy flow of the Dhansho waterfall. Finally, Lord Vishnu killed Bhasmasur and he rescued Lord Shiva. Another legend and story is there that Lord Shiva, disguised as a Gaddi shepherd, and accompanied other shepherd by the name of Trilochan. And on reaching a lake, Lord Shiva disappeared into the lake, and Trilochan jumped after him to rescue him, which really pleased Lord Shiva. He ordered him to sew a woolen chola for himself, and he gave pieces of woolen garment to put inside the bag. And when he was coming back and he was resting at Dhansho, he opened and saw that the bag had jewels and gold coins inside, and some fell inside the stream, giving it the name Dhan, means wealth and money. Uh, Too many legends attached to this place, and um, the trek as it is seen here, you have to make certain preparations for it. And well, this is the morning, the money, the sighting of the money, and it is said that Lord Shiva, after the demise of Sati, went into a half-conscious state, and worried by the disorders in the world due to Shiva's condition, the gods searched and found him here by the lake. Now, this is the sunrise. This is the early morning view we got and captured on the video, and you can actually see the sun's rays. They are creating the effect of a jewel on the peak, and that is why the name Mani Mahesh is there, because Mani means a jewel and Mahesh is another name for Lord Shiva. It just brings forth different responses in different people. I mean, I have seen people who were crying like infants, grown-ups. Just it was so awe-inspiring. Supposedly, it's a virgin peak, and in one legend, it goes that a Gaddi tried to climb along with his herd of sheep, and he has believed to have been turned into stone along with his sheep. Minor peaks around, the locals told us that these are the remnants of the shepherd and his sheep. One more legend says that a snake tried to climb but failed and converted to stone. As the sun is going higher up, this is the mesmerizing sight that we got to see. But Lord Shiva, it is said that he appears and the money appears only if he's willing to reveal himself to the deserving pilgrims, because usually this place is covered in clouds and mist, and we were lucky enough, I don't know deserving or not, but we were lucky enough that we got to see this sight. It was, like I said, it evoked different responses from different people. So I'll leave you with a bit of, not my voice, a bit of silence rather, with a view of this money forming, which we were, I would say, really fortunate to have recorded it.